In this video segment, we'll look at what the research community requires from identity services, how identity federations can enable research, and how specific use cases demonstrate the need and value of identity services to the research community. The days when research efforts centered on individual researchers with minimal collaboration is long past. And yet, sometimes a single scholar is a key contributor to a larger effort. Wouldn't it be best if that person could come into a collaboration with an identity that clearly shows what campus they are from? Wouldn't the campus benefit from being able to support skilled researchers and their participation in collaborations that span the globe? These skilled yet isolated researchers are known as buried scholars, and bridging the gap between them and the collaborations is in everyone's best interest. From the researcher's point of view, it's all about the science, not about identity management. The researcher does not want yet another account to manage, and often does want to show their affiliation to their home institution. If they have a campus identity that works in a federated context, several barriers to their participation in cross-institutional research projects are removed. Without that campus identity, they have only a few options. Making these statements regarding researchers' needs is backed by a group called the Federated Identity Management for Researchers, commonly known as FIM4R. This group, representing several large science collaborations, came together to document the identity management needs of the research community. In 2012, they produced their first white paper, Federated Identity Management for Research Collaborations. The findings from that paper state that campuses need to support federated technologies. In order to do that, campuses need to improve their overall identity management infrastructure. Continued use of older models, particularly access control via IP addresses, is no longer effective given the changes in the internet and user usage patterns. The limits around the quantity of IP addresses available and the reality of users that work from off-campus and so use whatever IP address their ISP will provide makes IP proxies overly restrictive and often useless to an institution. The FIM4R community also recognizes that what they're asking for is not easy. Just as science needs to be a collaborative venture, building and supporting a federated identity service model must also be collaborative. Campuses need to work together to help distribute the overall costs in terms of time and effort so that everyone can succeed. Research collaborations bring in funding, attention, and resources to areas around the world. Groups such as LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, touches monitoring instruments built on almost every continent. The U.S. National Institute of Health has many international centers of excellence and research that focuses on on-the-ground efforts, researching things like malaria, the plague, and many other diseases around the world. Case studies from these groups and pointers to more may be found at an InCommon IAM online webinar called Paving the Way for Research Collaboration. They all come back to how and why identity and access management is a critical component of the support infrastructure needed by the research community. Research collaborations bring improved reputation to a campus, its faculty and researchers, and to its students. Providing the base infrastructure that will support an important component of cross-institutional and global collaboration is in a campus's best interests. Please view the other videos in this series for more information on the business case for identity federation, best practices in technologies and policies, how to do a risk assessment around the impact of identity federation, and more.